Hello everyone, my name is Yashanov Denis. I am an expert in advertising monetization at CAS.AI. Let's continue our series of answers to questions. What should you know before choosing an advertising network or an analytics platform? Before choosing an advertising network, it is advisable to know its demand, the formats it works with, its average CPM, the geo it covers, whether it supports bidding or not, which game engines or non-game engines are supported, which frameworks are used, the quality of their support, the payment terms, how often payments are made, and whether the payment terms can be changed. These are the main things you need to know when working with advertising networks. From analytics platforms, you first need to understand what you expect from the platform or what unresolved questions you have that need addressing, and then identify which platform can help you with these. Therefore, it's best to compile a list of these questions and send them to several platforms. Once you receive the answers, you can make an informed choice. Testing and optimizing advertising networks. How to conduct tests with different networks to choose the best option. There is essentially a working methodology where you have an ad waterfall that involves so-called price floors or price instances or simply instances or zones from different ad networks, essentially. Your task is to build a cascade through which the request will pass, finding the optimal price and receiving a response from the ad network, resulting in the ad being displayed. You need to test within this ad waterfall by adjusting the prices from different ad networks. You carry out tests by first launching one version of the waterfall, observing how it works, and then, in order to carefully and thoroughly use the A/B testing mechanism, to create a similar waterfall. But you start changing the price for certain instances, either adding more, removing, or adding new advertising networks with the same price, while removing the previous advertising network with the same price, to see the difference in their performances. For example, for instance, there are several different approaches. That is, it will depend on what you want to test at this particular moment in time. The optimization will involve finding the most optimal pool of advertising instances for the current format, by thoroughly and meticulously ensuring the highest level of efficiency and effectiveness. Is it definitely worth buying mobile applications in 2024? And what potential mistakes can occur when purchasing an application? This will always be relevant in the following years. Therefore, yes, it is worth it, especially if you have the resources and understand how to work with mobile applications. You know what you can improve from the moment of purchase. Of course, definitely buy it. It is absolutely a much shorter process than developing an entirely new game. Plus, you are not just buying a mobile application, you are also partially buying the users who are already in the app. Therefore, it can start generating revenue for you from the first day of purchase. The main mistakes made include the incorrect transfer of the analytics system. Transferring everything without errors is quite difficult but possible. The key is to set up this procedure correctly. Another important aspect is the transfer of the monetization part and obtaining the monetization metrics provided at the time of purchase and subsequently improving them. And also working with user acquisition. If the app had active user acquisition campaigns and you do not plan to continue them as actively, this can affect the app's revenue, meaning you will simply earn less. Users and consequently all other metrics will start to decline, especially monetization. Regarding legal aspects and payments, you need to clearly outline everything with your partner from whom you are buying the app, as the app is now yours, to ensure payments or transfers of funds during this transition period. Therefore, well, probably these are the main games that are worth paying attention to and considering for your collection. How has mobile game monetization changed in 2024 and what trends remain at the top? There have been quite a few changes. The main change is that entering the gaming niche has become more difficult. The threshold, so to speak, has risen. And with this, the approach to monetization has evolved. If 4 to 5 years ago there was a block of hyper-casual games where, with very simple visuals and gameplay mechanics, you could enter the market and even reach the top, earning a decent amount of money, now this is practically impossible. Currently, the main trend has become the so-called hybrid monetization strategy, where the user has a choice between spending some amount of money in the game and being monetized through advertising in the game. Various different approaches to these various methods exist, so this will be the first trend. Secondly, most ad networks have moved from price floors to so-called RTB, real-time bidding. What does this mean? This means that you no longer need to add a large number of instances to the waterfall. It's enough to add one that will always be queried and will always respond, significantly speeding up the operation of the waterfall. Several new and innovative advertising formats have been added. An immersive and engaging format has also been added, which can often be found in cinema or in 8AA games on PC and consoles. That is, this is essentially a format that does not actually cannibalize either the gameplay or your main advertising formats. It easily integrates seamlessly and can be very narratively, natively within your game, effortlessly, smoothly, without causing any irritation to the user. Additionally, an audio ad format has been introduced, which is also gaining popularity. It does not cannibalize the main ad formats either, and both of these innovations can serve as a small incremental growth. You don't need to use a large number of a variety of advertising networks anymore. Just choose strong and reliable players. Use a mediation solution like CAS.AI, for example, which will help with their more efficient and effective rotation, or simply aggregate everything in a streamlined manner so you don't have to interact with each one individually, which saves time and effort. This trend continues in the industry and will likely pass. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you for your questions. Leave comments, like, and subscribe to our channel.